What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. Fridays, gotta love Fridays. Today I want to talk about AABB. This thing continues to go on a run. I bought it for another overnight play. Same shit I always do. Same type of things I always trade. But it did something in the chart yesterday that made me want to buy it for an overnight because it is overextended. I want to get into all that. Also seen another play I might talk about, which I probably will, and get into that too. But before I do, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It is very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything I find interesting in the stock market. And I like to share that with anybody willing to listen. So that being said, let's get right into it. So as you can see, AABB, this is the 5-day, 5-minute chart. It's just been on a run, and it's ridiculous how crazy this thing is, man. You know, obviously it's cryptocurrency related, and we've been having this run, and it's been making me monster profit this week. I think total this week it made me somewhere around 9 grand this week alone in this particular ticker alone. Did give back profit on some other tickers, but ultimately this one ticker alone, if I'd have just stuck to this, man, I'd have been up like 9 grand this week alone. So I bought it into the close yesterday. As you can see right here, we had again another monster run, but then we started having this huge dip. Okay. So now if you look at the daily, the 1 day, 1 year chart, the reason why this got so enticing, so I didn't buy it for an overnight play the last couple times because it's just overextended to me. I bought it here, sold it into this gap up, didn't play it here because to me it's too overextended at this point. And then right here, again, too overextended. But yesterday, it continued to run on this monster run, and then we had this huge crash. And that's what I like to see. So if you notice, we also had a little pickup in volume compared to the last 2 days. So we picked up a volume. We had this run, and now the green candle was almost all the way back to the open. Anytime I see a candle like this with a big wick at the top, typically tells me we will most likely get a gap up the next day, especially on a pickup in volume. That tells me people are still buying. Now, if the volume faded off, maybe not so much. If I seen this in faded volume, it's not that enticing. But the fact that we had this huge run, more volume traded than the last 2 days, and then we had a big pullback towards the end, and we're having these little bounce pops, told me that, okay, we could definitely gap up. And sure enough, it did. And so I bought 50,000 shares in this account. I bought a total of 95,000 shares, bought 50,000 here. I was trying to buy 200,000, but I was only able to execute 95 before the close, but that's fine. So I wanted to buy 50 here, 20 in one account and 25 in another. So if you see here, I made almost 2 grand in this account right here, just overnight, guys. I mean, just capitalizing on the same shit. Right here, 25,000 shares made 772.95. You can see it right here on my daily P&L. And then right here, I bought 20,000 shares. This one got a better execution and got 822.89. And then holding it overnight, buying it overnight, I added about $177 to my day yesterday. So purchasing it overnight. So overall, I roughly winded up with about a 10% profit, which was about a little over $3,700 on this play. That was beautiful. And again, man, it's just capitalizing on the same shit that I always see, but it's the little small subtleties that make the difference. I didn't play it here gapping up because I just didn't like the way it was looking. I didn't play it here for the gap up because, again, to me, it was too overextended. But when we have a spike up in volume, the day still closes green, and it's coming way off the highs from the 49s all the way back to the 40s. That's a 20% drop, which is nice. And then it wound up giving me a 10% gap up, which is nice. It's beautiful on a spike in volume. So that's the kind of little subtleties that I look for. Plus, it's been hot. I mean, this thing continues to ramp up volume. If we get into it, As you can see, it traded nearly 100 million shares this day. So, 96,000. You can see it right down here in the volume bar, 96,774. So nearly 100 million shares being traded on the day. It's still a hot stock in a hot sector, which is anything cryptocurrency related, man. And, and it continues to show. Closed out my week beautiful on AABB. Pretty much washed my hands, done with it. And then I wanted to do some research into this massive runner. So let's just go ahead and talk about it. AURI. We had this amazing massive runner. It's an energy play, was less than a penny, shot all the way up to almost 3.5 cents, and then just had a complete drop off. So I started picking up shares in here right before the close. So winded up 275 here. I bought a total of 1 million shares. So I went on StockTwits and I seen that they're going to have some type of news released on Monday. So obviously, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So everybody's hearing about this hype of this news. So it had this massive run and then it just dropped off. But now that it's going over the weekend, again, very similar to like what we seen in ABB. You see this huge candle and then just like look at the huge wick. So anytime it drops off and I have this huge wick above a candle, I'm bound to get me some type of gap up. I wound up buying 1 million shares. And the reason why I bought 1 million shares was because it traded 1.5 billion shares in volume, which is crazy. That's the kind of volume I want to see. So 1 million shares is less than 1% of that. So for me, no problem buying 1 million shares. So just buying it before the close, gained another 275 here. And then we could go here. Let me switch this. Gained another 116 there. So overall, I winded up with about $440 added to my day. So overall, $4,000 day. This profit plus my profit from AABB put me a little over $4,100 to close off my week. So beautiful. And capitalizing on the same type of shit I see in the OTCs. Again, very similar to ABB. The huge wick, a huge run, and then drops, have a big wick. So I'm anticipating it maybe popping up to the 2 cent, gapping up. If it's really great news, maybe even higher. Who knows? I honestly don't. But I'm hoping when plays like this is going to come up on everybody's radar, guys. We're going in over the weekend. So if they're having some news catalyst coming out Monday, people are going to pile on to buy it at Monday morning because of a news catalyst. And, after you see a huge run and a huge dip after the run, look at this amazing run and then a huge dip. So we're going to bound to get some type of curl, some type of bounce before it drops some more. And I'm looking forward to that bounce and capitalizing on it. So closed out my week nice, man. So, $4,100 to close out my week, ain't no joke, man, considering the fact that just a few short months ago, all I had was $4,000 to my name. The power of penny stocks and understanding a process and how to trade that process and sticking to the process, very important. And I continue to capitalize like I've been doing and been documenting it on YouTube ever since. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my analysis. Again, if you made it this far, please click that like button. Please subscribe. You can't stop Mafia is a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your progress, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you can do that, man. So AABB, capitalize on the overnight play. With the spike in volume and that nice wick on top of the candle for a nice 10% profit. Set myself up for Monday for AURI. Supposedly on StockTwits, there's supposed to be a news release on Monday. So bought it in anticipating after a huge run, and that also dropped 50% off that high from that run. Dip bought it and added an extra 441 to my profit for today. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll be sure to keep you updated as much as possible. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.